Hey guys, Sean here. Just wanted to do a little update in regards to Markforged and what happened this week. Stock went up about 10%, had a good little run there, and I want to explain exactly why, what may have happened, and show you some documents that'll explain exactly what's going on. Let's check it out. Alright guys, here's what we're looking at today. We got the Markforged chart on the screen for the last 2 days. Ticker symbol is MKFG. By all means, pull it up and follow along. What we're looking at is a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of the move to the top of the move here at 164. Now, when you set this retracement, you can see how it was respected along the levels. Every time it went up and came down for a retest, it respected a Fibonacci level to a certain degree. And we were showing strength throughout the whole process, that whole move up. Really good move. If you were looking for a structure, that was a quality structure. Now at 164, we started to see resistance. I was actually looking at RSI. I was looking at the MACD. There was a few different things going on that I don't have on the chart down here to show you currently, but there's multiple factors that came into play that made this the point of turnaround. So at 164, we ended up kicking the bucket, started shooting down. You'll notice as soon as we hit that Fibonacci retracement on the way down at 157, we started getting a bit of resistance. Had a little bit of a pump, looked like we were faking out the bulls, ended up dropping massively for an amazing dump on a put play. What ended up happening there, again, more resistance at a Fibonacci line, bounced off of it and came up to the bottom of the next fib. But as we were in a descending selling channel, this became resistance on two levels. We had to clear this Fibonacci level, and we also had to try to blow through this descending channel. If we had a candle open above this area here, and we closed here, then that would show bullish tendencies, and we could agree that the bulls had taken over in regards to this play. But that's not what's happened. What's happened is we've got a descending channel, we hit the resistance, it bounced off the resistance, tried to retempt the Fibonacci line, but couldn't get there because of the resistance of the descending channel. So as it comes back down, retests here, a little bit of wigwagging, no big deal, couldn't quite do it, retested it twice, 3 times, and ended up dumping again to the next level. And as you'll notice, we came to the very bottom of the other line, the bottom line on the descending selling channel. So when we hit the base on that and we started going up, it was actually kind of a bullish sign, although rather micro, because of the timeline here. But again, couldn't handle it, no strength, no capability. What we're looking at right now is a bearish tendency. We're in a selling channel that's very clear that the bears have hold of. And I don't foresee this turning around myself anytime soon. But what I can tell you is what I expect is we're going to get down to this 141, and you'll notice that we barely have any support at that range. So I personally feel like we're going to be down to 141. We're going to blow through that. We're likely going to see 137 before we pick up any sort of actual support to regain some more prowess and head back in the right direction. Now that's assuming the market plays suit. That's assuming the rest of the market's in pretty decent shape and that this bull run that's going on continues, and we'll see what happens. But as the lines lay, that's what we're seeing. So keep your eyes peeled. We're looking for 137 for a turnaround point. Stack more chips at 137. That's what I'll be doing, is getting more of my position built even deeper. But I will be waiting until we get down there to do that. At this point, if you are anywhere near 160, 150, and you've been investing in the last couple weeks, you should have been able to take some profits. We're working in some pretty small channels right now. Make sure you keep some handy and keep some on hand all the time. Don't always sell your full position, because these guys are getting ready to make big moves when the rest of the market does. So before we get started, I'm going to take you to the Markforged page, and we're going to see if we can't find out exactly what could have caused the catalyst that we were just looking at on the previous chart. Now, we're on Markforged's main page. The landing page for this is simply just markforged.com. When you get here, go to the top of the page, click on the company link, just hover over the top, click the Investors Relations tab, and at the top of the screen, you'll see that we've got Overview, News and Events, Company Info, Financial Info, Stock Data, SEC Filings, and Governance. We're looking at SEC filings today. That's typically where you're going to want to reside. When you're working on any stocks, anywhere, whatever you're currently investing in, you always want to make sure that you go to their page and you investigate this stuff. Never leave it unread. Always see what's going on and check in periodically. You will find things out before other people do, and that'll give you the edge. Now, looking at Markforged on January 3rd was the actual reporting. I believe it was filed December 31. So this report here in particular is explaining how they're going to pay people that are being removed or released or moving on from the company, and whether that be through termination or that be through acquisition of another company and them no longer having a contract with the original terms. So what they're stating is essentially that they're going to do a payment of a lump sum amount equal to the executive's base salary, which is the case of the CEO, only shall be multiplied by 1.5 the executive target's bonus for the year in which the date of termination occurs, prorated for the number of days the executive was employed during such year, plus coverage of the employer portion of the regular premium for continued group health insurance under COBRA for the number of months in the applicable benefit continuation period, which is 18 months for the CEO and 12 months for all other executives. So they're spelling out with a little bit of clarity what they're going to do if an acquisition or a termination were to occur. Now, the only reason they would file some paperwork like this is for a couple reasons. They're either planning on letting some people go, or they're planning on an acquisition or possibly a switching of ownership, and they're going to restructure the management in some way, shape, or form. So this is what caused a little bit of excitement in the markets in regards to Markforged. This is what I believe peaked it. Now, you can go through this yourself and read a little bit more about it. It's a lot of techno jargon if you didn't fall asleep while I was just reading. And there's also more to it. Get down here to this section at the end, the financial statements and exhibits. You'll notice up here in the main body of this report, they reference the plan multiple times. Now, to find out what the plan is and the specifics of what makes all of this tick, we need to click on this link, and here you will see what accrued obligations means, what base salary means, what the board means, what cause means. It'll basically lay everything out for you so that you can understand the same way that the executives understand how this is going to work, how they're going to get paid, how things are going to transition, and so on. So read through this to figure out exactly what's happening, and you'll get the inclination that a merger or an acquisition, more likely an acquisition, is possibly on the horizon, whether or not they're coming out and telling us. So, interesting stuff. Make sure you stay up to date on it. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Just wanted to give you guys an update as to what's going on, why it's happening. Hopefully you got a little more clarity. And by all means, please click the like button, leave some comments, and go check out these stocks and pages yourself so that you can learn a little bit of something and get the edge and get the advantage. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.